Hi guys, I hope everyone is well out there. Today we are looking at the Amazfit T-Rex versus the Amazfit Stratos 3, and we are really talking about the 4 key differences that will help you making that buying decision. And who are these devices really for? Because when you go on the Amazfit website, there's plenty of interesting smartwatches and choices, but sometimes even for me, I feel it is confusing. And that's why we are doing these reviews, and that's why we're doing these comparison videos. It is not a full review, I have to say. Both watches have separate videos for that. Make sure you address your questions in the comments below and we will test that for you and will reply with the answers directly to your questions. There's already a price difference of $50 US. The Amazfit T-Rex comes in at $150 US, whereby the Amazfit Stratos 3 comes in at around $200 US. Key difference number 1 is the different sunlight modes you will get on the Stratos 3 versus the T-Rex. When you look at the menu system on your Amazfit Stratos 3, you will see GPS plus GLONASS, GPS plus Galileo, GPS plus Baidu, and versus the T-Rex you have GPS plus GLONASS only. But why should you care? Well, these are the core satellite navigation systems around the world. Currently GPS is for the US, GLONASS is for the Russian Federation, Galileo, European Union, and Baidu for China. So it is way more accurate when you have these systems available. Imagine you go out and about in the mountains or even a city. The shadows of the building can really distract the GPS signal. You go into a forest with a high tree density, and that will certainly help you anywhere in the world to get the most accurate reading possible. Key difference number 2, and that is internal storage. Why should you care how much is available and what do we need it for? Well, put it this way, the Stratos 3 has 2 GB of internal storage available. That means you can store music, you can download your music locally. That is pretty cool. You have 500 songs you can put on your watch, and that's it. The T-Rex, however, doesn't have that. It doesn't have that internal storage. You can only remote control your music via your watch on your phone, and that's it. However, it doesn't stop here. You can also connect earbuds to your Stratos 3 directly. That means you can leave your phone at home when you go jogging, listen to music at the same time. And that's something you can't do with the T-Rex. Key difference number 3 is the sensor availability. Both watches have bio-tracking optical sensors available for heart rate reading, and they are pretty accurate. We checked that in our other videos. We're really impressed with that. However, the T-Rex only has a 3-axis acceleration sensor versus a 6-axis on the Stratos 3, a simple geomagnetic sensor versus a 3-axis geomagnetic sensor, an ambient light sensor, and then you have an air pressure sensor on top on the Stratos 3. But why should you really care, right? Well, put it this way, you have so many different satellite modes on the Stratos 3. When you combine this with all the sensor availability in that watch, it should really give you the most accurate data recording and reading possible. Key difference number 4 is the display, and this could be a big one for you guys. It certainly is for me. When I go out and buy watches, you have 2 different screen technologies. One is an AMOLED screen on the T-Rex and the other one is a transflective screen on the Stratos 3. But what is the difference? Well, let me show you. Here's a sample footage of outside shot at noon with direct sunlight, and you can see on the Stratos 3, you can see every single item that is displayed on the watch that is really readable, and that's what a transflective screen is. You go out in bright sunlight and you can read every single thing, and that changes with the T-Rex, right? You go out, you can't read that much, you really have to go into the shade, but when you go inside, it all changes. It really changes around. You look at the Stratos 3, you can still see what's going on, but it's not as crisp, obviously. And then you move on to the T-Rex and you see that beautiful crisp AMOLED screen. And when you look at who's this really for, you see the transflective screen is for people who really need to go out in the sunlight, or who go out in the sunlight when they go biking or doing some serious professional stuff and need to see what's going on in direct sunlight on the watch without obviously stopping and going into the shade. So that's really what it is designed for, and this is a key difference for both watches. If you are still undecided, let me summarize quickly. The Amazfit Stratos 3 is for a pro user, professional users who are after pro data and the most accurate results anywhere in the world. And the T-Rex, we believe, is for people who are looking for an entry smartwatch with plenty of capabilities and a cool design, and they don't want to be afraid of breaking something, breaking a piece of jewelry like more expensive smartwatches.